And this thing is rocking like crazy. Today we have to go and pick up a wiring harness for our EMP water pump. You guys don't know what I mean by EMP water pump. This right here is an EMP water pump. It is really hard to get right about now, and I picked this one up secondhand. Like, I try to do a lot of stuff, but I really regret this one because it is pretty crusty. I gotta clean it off, and they welded on 16 AN bungs, so we have to go back to 12 because that's what my fuel system is. Sorry, ice tank system. But we're gonna be doing mine a little bit different than I think a lot of people do theirs, and I'll show you guys that once, you know, the time comes. But I'm just really excited to have the car back. I'm really excited to be able to drive it and enjoy it, but I haven't been able to actually stomp on it because my ice tank isn't working, and my intercooler temps get super hot. So we're going out here to try to, you know, get this wiring harness. I tried to go to Summit to buy the connectors. They're called Deutsch connectors, and I hate them very much with a passion. Like, I'm about to go out here and drop $100. Oh, it's so nice to have the car back. I still have to fix my suspension mode so that it's able to go into street whenever I'm driving and everything, because right now it's still kind of stuck in mode, looking like a sport mode or something like that, and I don't want that. I want it to be in street so that the weight can transfer. But we're gonna be wrapping the car here soon, which I'm excited for, and we got the parachute mount and all that other kind of stuff. So, you know, Jack's gonna be fabbing up that, and I wanted Jack to make something so that, you know, we could, you know, have his touch on the build a little bit more, and show people what Jack can do, because a lot of people be hating on the guys over at Jack Fab, and I love them. Those guys over there are some really good guys. Those guys are some really good guys. I know that not everybody, you know, always gets along from time to time, but when we all put our heads together and we make some stuff happen, man, it gets done. So yeah, but I'll catch you guys when I make it out here, and stay tuned. Hopefully we get some first pulls in this video, or maybe, you know, tomorrow, because I do still have to go to work. And yeah, so also thank you guys for all the love and support on the merch. We have a new merch drop coming here really soon. I'm just waiting. I'm working with someone this time on like designing something for you guys, since I'm not the most artistic person, and we're going to be doing a giveaway with that from Grip Supercharger. So you guys, you know, stay tuned for that. I'm really excited, and I think you guys are going to love it too. So all right, so last night almost took this motor out the game already over some bullshit, man. Another night of freaking coasting my car home because some stupid stuff done happened. The radiator fan has pushed itself into the bell housing. Never fails, man, never fails. So let me go ahead and explain what happened. Y'all saw the little clip, you know, I had to keep on. I got stuck on the side of the road, basically. It was just because these things right here decided to come undone, and I don't know if you can see underneath right there, there is a groove. On that little groove, these are adjustable. I hit something on the road and it pushed these up. Well, when it pushed those up, it pushed the damn fan into the water pump bell housing, and then it got locked up. We had no fan, so we had no cooling. So my motor almost overheated yet again on some dumb stuff. Like, I can't catch no break, man. Anyways, I went ahead and I fixed it. I tightened them down really good this time. Obviously, I didn't see any damage on the road. I just heard something, and I guess it was enough to pop one of those tabs up. And yeah, so today we're going to be fixing my water pump. Not water pump. Today we're going to be fixing the intercooler system on the supercharger. The pump in the rear of my tank actually went out. So what I'll be doing today is draining out all that water, cleaning out the tank. We're going to rhino line the tank, and hopefully get, you know, the pump all wired up and everything, you know, situated the way I want it to be. Have a way better pump that's on the intercooler system, and we'll be able to do the first rips in this car. Alright, so as you can see, it looks pretty crusty and everything now. Wires don't really work the best. So what I'll be doing is throwing a 90 and a 90 off of this and redoing the drain lines and stuff and my feed lines. We got a bunch of crap back here. I need to clean up the car. I haven't, done anything. I just got it back. And yeah, so let's go ahead and just get to it. I'm gonna crack my drain valve. Start letting all the water drain out. Oh, got kink. That's another reason why I need to redo it, because it got kink. There it goes. So letting all that nasty stuff out. Little update time. This is what the tank is looking like. I don't know if you can see down there the light. Yep. So I got all the stuff off the tank. I pulled the wire out, all the hardware. Oh, it's still dripping. Nasty water. That is the Rule 2000 pump that was in there, and that thing is shot. So time to go ahead and clean up this tank, get all the nasty stuff out of there, and then get it all ready to, maybe I'll rhino line it, I don't know, but I need to, just make sure that everything else works. So just gonna go clean this out real quick and then bring it back. Update, I have the tank all sanded and everything all buffed and scratched up. I ended up taping off the ports and the lid portion. So now it's just time to hit it with some of this rhino liner and see how well it sticks. Okay, so it is very hot out there today. I don't even know what it is outside. So it's 92, but it says it feels like 98, 45% humidity. And yeah, so it's hot. The tank is out there drying right now from all the rhino liner and stuff. But I wanted to go over the pump that I'll be running in the car now that the Rule pump isn't working. So I went ahead and I picked up from someone what they described to me as a lightly used EMP pump. So this is an EMP WP29, and I don't know if this one is reprogrammed or not, but this is the pump that we're going to be running. They've already modified this pump, though, I can tell, because of the fact that they welded on some -16 AN fittings, which I need -12. So what I have to do is I have to run these reducers, which I'll show you here in a second. I wanted to focus on this plug first. So this is a Deutsch connector. This is a 4-pin Deutsch connector, and the actual connector is a DTP 4-pin something. But I wanted to focus on this because of the fact that when I looked online, there's nobody that explains any way to do an EMP pump, specifically wiring it. So thankfully, local Jack and them, they know what harness and what to use as far as like connectors and stuff. But it's the weekend, they're not able to help me. That's fine. Luckily for me, there is DMS, Dedicated Motorsports, and I believe the guy's name over there is Matthew. I walked in there within 15 minutes. He ended up making a harness for me, and now we're able to use this pump. And this is the harness that I had him make for me. So as you can see, that is the connector. It says Deutsch on the inside. It's a 4-pin. We have our power, our ground, and a switch in here so that it keys on with ignition. And then there is also a 45 amp or 40 amp fuse in here. And the reason why you have to go with the Deutsch connector is it's much like a body harness where it demands high amperage because this is a high output pump. So anything over 20 to 25 amps, you're going to need at minimum 12 gauge wire. And the lower the gauge of wire, the lower the number, the thicker the wire. So 1 gauge is like, pretty thick. And I think this is 10 to 12 gauge. I'm not 100% sure. I can check on my thing. So yeah, this is about 10 gauge wire that's running through here. So Summit doesn't have the right Deutsch connectors, at least from my experience when I was trying to go up there to buy everything. They only had about 12 gauge and 12 to 14 gauge on the connectors. So that's about what I was finding when I was there, but that's what we have here. The connectors are nice and good to plug into here. So as you can see, like I said, that connector, it'll just clip into here, and now we're able to run our EMP pump. So that's just something I wanted to make sure I took a second to explain to y'all, because everybody's some assholes on the internet and they're not telling y'all what you need, and this is the kind of harness that you would need in order to run an EMP pump. So we're gonna go ahead and crack the pump open actually to see what the condition on the inside is looking like, and I'll show you guys what that looks like here right now. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but all that is that corrosion or corrosive stuff, and that's why you're supposed to run distilled water and not undistilled water in your coolant system, because if you don't, you'll get all this nasty white buildup. So we'll go ahead and crack the lid off of this. There it goes. Ew. That's probably all through the pump too. So I went ahead and I cleaned out the pump. I took it inside. I lubed up the O-ring that was in there. I tried to clean out the inside of it, but this is actually called lime coat or something like that. Let me double check. Lime scale, my bad. It's called lime scale. It's build up after corrosion and all kinds of other stuff that gets on metal surfaces from what is it called? Stuff like water, like stuff in like particles in unfiltered water or whatever. So that's also why you're supposed to just only run coolant or wetter water, or if you're gonna run water, drain it all out whenever you're done and put in coolant. So this is all ready to go. What we have inside of these bags here are our vibrant adapters. So like I said, these are -16 lines. We need to run -12, so I have to reduce these down to -12, and then I'll be able to hook up the normal heater hose that's in there, and we'll be able to run this stuff with no issue. So this is what the tank is looking like now. It's nice and rough, got the nice texture. It's been sitting for a while. This is what we use, some Rhino Liner 2K. Go ahead and start. Oh shit, yeah, that was on purpose. Yeah, the inside of that tank is hot. But yeah, so I have it like that anyway. I'm supposed to throw the caulking stuff behind it and make it all seal better with that seal for now until I get the billet one. All of this stuff came off pretty good. Take this one off. Boom, look at that. We got another one here. connector came out good. And so did that one. Cool. So now we'll just go on ahead and put everything back on this one, get the connectors all put on, and throw it in the car. I'm covered in water, and the pump definitely works, and it flows crazy. This is what the pump's looking like, the tank's looking like now. Like I showed y'all before, it's Rhino line. We have it filled up and stuff, and AN fittings on here, but for some reason it wasn't returning the water, so I was worried about what was going on. But I guess it may just be something with a kinked line somewhere, or it's just still cycling through. But either way, I got it all wired up. Temporarily it is on this little switch right here because I don't have enough wire to make another harness to go up into the body right now. At least I need to extend the signal wire in order for me to put it back in the center console. But yeah, everything works, everything's wired up. I have AN fitting lines on here right now until we can chop these off and weld on the 12 AN bungs. But I'm very happy that it works. The tank looks awesome, and I put the carpet back in too, so now it just looks a lot better and more appealing. So yeah, but we'll see if the car is good enough to do some pulls and stuff, and go from there. Right, and there it is flowing again. Focus. Flowing really good. Pump is good. The wiring and the way that it's sitting is only temporary. We have to go get some more AN lines to change the pump change the pump orientation and reroute the lines again. But I just needed to get a pump in here so that we had a pump flowing for the supercharger, because without a pump flowing for the supercharger we can't do any kind of pulls. So I'm going to start up the car, check the intake temps, and see how the car is. Round 2, let's see if it's good now.